What's going on, everybody? It's your two bros here, Ryan
and Taylor.
And on this channel and many other channels out there, we like to talk about credit cards. More specifically, which credit cards are good, which credit cards are bad, but most people don't like to talk about how many credit cards you should have. So in today's video, we're going to break that down to fit your lifestyle. How many credit cards should you have?
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.
So jumping right on into it, a no credit card person or the Dave Ramsey credit card person, aka zero credit cards. This can be for a number of different people, and I jokingly said Dave Ramsey because he hates credit cards, and anyone that follows his program is more than likely going to be a zero credit card person, and this is their lifestyle. They like to use cash, they like to use debit cards for many different reasons.
So obviously, those are the major reasons that someone might choose to have zero credit cards, or maybe they're just trying to lower their risk, or they know that they're not responsible enough, or they can't handle the temptation of having a credit card. Because a lot of people have a lot of credit card debt. It's a dangerous game for sure. Or maybe you're just someone who's young and kind of not at the stage where you really want to have a credit card yet. Maybe you're a student, you don't have a job, so you're like, I don't have a consistent income to be able to pay off a credit card, and I don't want to hurt my credit score because carrying a balance does hurt your credit score, guys. We have another video about, all that stuff. But yeah, maybe you're just young and you don't really want a credit card just yet or not ready for one. So next is the starter. This is a person who has maybe 1, 2, 3 cards even. This is someone who's just getting started in their credit card journey and everything. They're probably starting out with a basic card. We've talked about this before, how we recommend or just personally did ourselves, find out what works best for you. Is just like a credit union credit card because they have like low fees, decent limits. It's just like a no frills card, but one that you're probably fairly safe with because they're not trying to catch you or anything. Your local credit union's not out to make a big profit off of you. So obviously there are a few different things like that. There are secured cards, a bunch of different ways people go with their first credit card.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. Like you said, the student that is just getting into college or just in high school trying to get their credit history going, because that average credit length has an effect on your credit score. So the longer you have it, the better. Or maybe you're at the top end of that starter. You're going for your third card. So maybe you graduated college or in college you applied because you use Amazon a lot, so you got an Amazon card. You go to gas station a lot, so you got the Citi card. Obviously, we all go to gas stations, but that was just a random example. And then you have that first card you started that you just didn't close, that credit union card. So that could easily be the case. And again, that's still considered that starter mark, which great place to be, especially when you're young. So some of the reasons to be in that starter category, again, is you're trying to build credit. You're just starting out. Maybe you're young, or maybe you had bad credit and you're kind of starting with a secure card and then you do a credit union card. And you're just trying to build up to more positive credit. Another reason that I don't love, but could be the case, is you have one card just for emergencies. You have a very low interest on it, like you have a credit union card, no annual fee, no frills, and you just have it just in case, an extra layer of defense. And maybe you're trying to build that credit, but you also want a little bit of cash back or a few points. And you're just starting to get into credit cards and you love the idea of rewards. So eventually you want to travel the world for free. Then you're in that starter category, just getting started, as it sounds. So the next layer you're going to get into is the optimizer. You're looking at about 4 to 7 credit cards. This is the person that's a little bit more savvy with credit cards that maybe they know. Yeah, it's true. We hope. Hopefully you're not buying them or get them to max them out. But yeah, you have an Amazon card because you shop there. You have a gas card. You have a grocery card. You have a travel card. So like you're starting to find all the categories that you use often in your life. And you're like, let's find the card that best matches that. And I'll go ahead and let you in on a little secret. That's my category. That's where I stand. I don't have a ton of cards, but I don't also have just 1 or 2. I'm right in that category.
Yeah. This is probably someone who's maybe, typically you'll find this in your starting at mid-20s later on. I know some people who, they get their 4th or 5th card in their early 20s. Some people don't ever reach a 4th or 5th card.
Sure.
And this isn't any mark of success or anything. This is just kind of some general overviews and why people might have these type of cards and everything. So don't gauge your success off this by any means. Because like me, I have a travel Amex card, but I realized not everyone takes Amex. So maybe I'll probably look at getting another travel card soon just to cover my bases even further. Because not everyone takes Amex. Like, oh, we only do Visa or MasterCard. So maybe you're just exploring that way and you're just covering all your bases with credit cards. And of course, we only want you to do this if you've been doing responsibly, you have a good credit score. Obviously, most of these cards probably aren't going to accept you if you're doing horrible credit habits. But in general, there are people who I know have found ways around it.
And this is also going to be someone that's got a pretty, all of these can be this case, but this one's going to be where you have a little bit higher credit score simply because you have all of these different forms of credit that you're juggling, or I guess one form of credit, but multiple lines of credit that you're juggling, this is probably also going to be around the time you have a mortgage, you have a car loan, stuff like that. So you're really doing well, and hopefully, like we said, paying all those off. Don't get into debt for any of this. This is no level of success, just like Taylor said. Someone with 0 cards can be just or more successful than someone with 10 cards. So that doesn't mean anything, but this is going to be a good range for where people start getting 800 plus credit scores.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Ramsey's got more money than both of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So just to reiterate the reasons, a lot of people are looking to maximize their rewards. They're looking to mix up their credit and boost credit scores with diverse accounts. And a lot of people are kind of doing a thing where they're managing balance transfers and 0% APR offers, or they're doing all these intro bonuses and everything. It's just someone who's looking to get the most out of credit card.
And again, interestingly enough, when we were doing the research for this, we stumbled upon credit bureaus and obviously going to their sites and some of their suggestions and articles. And they actually recommend having 5 or more different accounts of mixed cards and loans to really build a robust credit score. So that was interesting enough. You're right in that realm of 4 to 7. It does say mixed use, so credit cards and loans. We did say though, this is kind of going to be that realm where you're actually going to have a car loan, maybe a mortgage. If you don't, no big deal, but maybe a personal loan and these credit cards. So you're really going to have that nice, robust credit score.
All right, and next is the Enthusiast with maybe 8 to 10 cards. A lot of people will never reach this level, and it definitely, we're not saying that you should, like, oh, this is the pinnacle of financial success. This is just someone who has a lot of cards. They got all their bases covered. They're trying to travel the world for free. Like they're like, I'm never touching my bank account. It's all points and balance transfers and miles and all these things. I typically only see this in people who are pretty well traveled. Maybe they have a job and they've been doing it for a long time. Because I got a job that I travel a lot, but I don't got 10 cards. And they just are in a position where they can maximize these credit cards to get the most points. They don't just have the cards to have an option of getting the most points. They live a lifestyle that they are using these cards to their full potential. They probably have a lot of cards that have annual fees, and they are living in a way that makes it worth it. So you'll see this maybe in your older, wealthier crowd and everything. So I'd be surprised if I saw someone my age have 10 credit cards.
The only one that you would kind of see in that category around our age is going to be someone that's kind of their hobby. Credit card hacking, credit card churning. Basically where they're applying for these intro bonuses that gives them hundreds of thousands of points and then just applying for a new one to get more points. So they're not necessarily using all of these cards. They might never use it again. They just wanted the intro bonus. We'll see if I touch that category one day in my life. If I do, I think I'd be on the lower side.
Yeah. I think I'd probably reach the 3rd category. I feel like 7 cards is a lot of cards.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if you're using them all.
Yeah. Hey, let us know which one you think you'd reach.
Which one do you fit in? Which category are you at right now, and which one do you plan to be? So we kind of went over a couple of the main reasons or types of people you would see in this category. But churning rewards, like I mentioned, travel hacking. And another one would be if you have a business. So you have business and personal cards to separate the spending of business expenses and personal expenses. That's another one you can kind of see or often see multiple cards because you're almost duplicating for kind of 2 different lifestyles. And we would definitely consider this a advanced user. Once you get past 7, 8, 9, where you're more advanced, you're looking at the details. You're trying to figure out how I can use every benefit on this card to make it worth it. And me personally, that's just not my hobby. It's really cool. I think it's fascinating. I love watching people that do it. It's super interesting to me, but that's just not my style. Like if someone were to do it for me, maybe I'll pay them for that in the future and I just hit apply. But we'll see.
It's super impressive what people are able to pull off.
I definitely agree.
They're like, I had this card for 2 months and I was able to travel around Europe based on the intro bonus alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Send me the script. Stuff. I'll do it.
Yeah. If you give me the play-by-play.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally, the last one on this list, we're just going to call him the collector because, frankly, that's what he is at this point.
That's pretty cool.
If you have more than 10 cards, you're kind of hitting all the reasons we already discussed. And this is someone who, like we said, is maybe in a little bit older, living a high lifestyle where they're traveling a lot and doing a lot of things where they'll maximize points, or it's someone who just has dedicated the time to get the most points out of things. Just hitting those reasons, obviously, maybe it's just a hobby or challenge for them, enjoying managing all these diverse collection of credit cards. Or maybe they're just looking for a positive credit score impact, make their utilization better, all these things. Or maybe they're just looking at risk management, trying to spread their risk across various issuers. A lot of people do that, so.
And in setting up for this video, we were looking into different statistics and ideas, and we stumbled upon a couple of stories talking about different people and how many credit cards they had. And we were honestly kind of mind blown. There were a couple of them that had 20 plus or even more than that credit cards. At that point, I'm like, I don't even know what you do.
Yeah, you're just having fun.
You're just addicted to credit cards. Like that's the only category you get at that point because that's crazy. You got to the only way to get there is to be credit card training, getting this intro bonus, this intro bonus, and pretty much never using them again, sticking them in a drawer, but just getting all the intro bonuses.
Yeah, because
that's the only way.
You're not carrying around 20 credit cards. No, that's ridiculous.
That's absurd. That's like, yeah, you have a little flip book. You're like, all right, this card, no, where's the gas card again?
Yeah,
there it is. That would be insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this again was a very fun video to put together. Please let us know in the comment which category you fall into. Are you a collector or are you a starter? Who are you?
Yeah.
And so that was a ton of fun to put together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, share with a friend. Let's see where they land in here. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.